And welcome to Prince Sean Internet TV. How are you doing, my fellow prince or princess, brother or sister? This is a selection of my most recent thoughts on life. Ask yourself if the people that you are around are people you're doing business with, or are they family? Mm, Make a list of who are brothers and sisters and who are not, who are just people that you work for or work with. In fact, I like that thought, work with. Like you work with somebody who's maybe your boss or maybe paid higher than you, but ultimately you're both just employees. Or, I mean, you're both just people doing your best to work, so you're not spiritually better than each other in that sense. Okay, let's see. The only reason I'd be uncomfortable when thinking about other people in relationships, uh, like imagining a couple that are together, is because I think they're happy. But there's a difference between lust and happiness and something more sustainable, which is called joy. I aim to have joy. I will not initiate a relationship physically with my wife until, or my, you might call her my fiance, or the person I'm courting, or whoever it is that I will be uh, in the future, you know, talking to on, you know, personal terms and expressing interest in marriage, until I notice all aspects of her, and appreciate them, then I'm not going to start something that I can't sustain. Okay, so also, the only way to spend a lot of romantic time with my soulmate is with a brotherhood uh, established. In other words, there are other men that I can depend on for, you know, emotional encouragement and empowerment, and also financial stability, and spending time alone with myself, time that in the future I'll be spending with my mate. Uh, so, I will want to have lots of bedroom time with her, so therefore I spend a lot of time with myself in that sense. Additionally, here's a nice fantasy I like. It's just imagining a warm person next to you. Just in my previous video, I described a fantasy of, imagining somebody being with you in your bed, uh, but also imagine like all aspects of that, and that way you kind of you kind of substantiate the fact that you're by yourself at this moment, but hopefully all of us soon will all be with our perfect match. All right, so my happiness is about what music I listen to and foods I eat, the words I speak, and it's not based upon others who are friendly or courteous to me. It's based upon the fact of who I am and what I like, and so just because a person is friendly or nice to me doesn't mean that they're my brother or sister. And basically, I when I feel like I'm in a bad mood, it's usually because I've been listening to others talk or focusing on other things besides, my own personal self and what I like. Right? So, I sometimes feel an emptiness and desperation to be with a woman or just, I feel like something's missing. I realize this is because I'm not paying too attention to myself and giving my time and energy to people who are not like me. So, in other words, investing in people who have different beliefs in me just to try and impress them or make them feel like I'm good. But remember to distinguish the professional uh, um, reputation with family. Family is different than professional. All right. Ultimately, I don't think I need to feel anyone. I don't need anyone to feel loved and sexually satisfied. I talk about what I like. I write about it, and so on. All right. So, in other words, hang with people who are interested in pursuing their soulmate. Is that you? Are you interested in what I'm suggesting? In having an amazing connection with another human being that needs to be carefully prepared for? Well, let's do what I describe as light work, what I think is actually the best way to achieve this goal. By doing this light work, which I believe I am that light, and I am, and that this light functions, miraculous with results, and it's like God. So I always think that I have one person in particular I'm focusing on, that I'm interested in at any given time that I think might be my soulmate. So maybe you have somebody like that for yourself. What I'd like you to do is first let's do a quick class A, body scan on ourselves. So, watching this beam of light stream through down into your room and just see that beam of light like a rainbow arcing into your room, and it's like when you reach towards it, you're like tapping into like a matrix that's everywhere, kind of like the Matrix movies showed all these apparitions of the foundational energy of all physicality. Well, put your hands into that for a second. Grab out a brilliant sphere of incandescent bright white divine light and bring that ball, see, and then bring it to your chest, and now stretch out, breathe. Now it's within you. You're containing that light. You're using your body to have you God the light in your body. Imagine what can happen. So now we raise our fingers like this, and we beam out the brilliant white light, like we're shining a bright flashlight around the room, and just creating like a spiritual shield of ambiance. You might describe it as, protecting from maybe interdimensional beings or whatever it is that you think might be a potential threat, including your own ego, which generates thoughts. And these thoughts are not conducive, I believe, to heaven on earth. I believe that just containing this light within your head and creating an infrastructural projection, a dimension, a realm, that is what we do. So beam as light workers. So beam around. Call this a perimeter shield projection. Beaming that. Just look at that bright white light shining on the wall. Wow, that's cool. Alright, now let's beam our legs. Just watch that ray of light beaming through it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, what we got next is we got that person that I mentioned earlier that you are interested in. Why not take a step back and instead of trying to use the animal mind, which is limited in its potential, uh, to discern and perceive what might be for our, what we might do for life, what we might do for our career, what we might do for anything. Arrange, coordinate, strategize, predict. Just think. Let's go beyond the mind for a second here and use this light, see if it works, and project onto this person of interest. And instead of trying to figure out, is she the right one or is he the right one? Is this somebody that I should be with? Just see that person smiling for a second. I'm thinking of the person that I'm thinking about, and you think of the person, and go ahead and raise your hands like this, and beam to wherever you think that person is, anywhere in the world, or wherever it is. And remember, that person should be somebody who is interested in living in the same place as you for the rest of their life, uh, in including many other aspects of compatibility and synchronous resonance, or you harmonize, you like the same music. Okay, back to it. So let's see that person smiling and beam that brilliant white ray of light through that person. In fact, see them grabbing the ray. They're walking along and they see this light just beaming down, and they say, wow. Just watch them from a third person point of view, and then see them grab that brilliant sphere of white light, and they're smiling in joy. And then they start to beam brilliant white light. We're going to do this for about another minute, and then we're going to do some deep breathing. We're going to finish this discussion. So we got this person just smiling joyfully. Brilliant white. Brilliant beam. Just imagine they're like holding their hand out and beaming themselves. And alright, now we're done with that. Now the question is this person right for you? Ask yourself what type of music they like, food, general interests. Do you think they're ready for you? Do you think they're ready to maybe let go of some things? Uh, you know, Friendships, relationships that are not serving them, in order to connect with you if you're based upon what you're believing. I mean, define what your beliefs are. That's one good step. So, last but not least, let's breathe. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Always tap into what available resources you have, and especially those that are free, just using the mind. That way you never have a moment in which you're in line doing nothing. You can do light work. You can imagine people smiling and create your reality. How does that sound? And the cool thing is, after watching this video like you just did, you've already accomplished something towards your goal. And remember, imagine like that person is there waiting for you at home every time. Let's make this happen, guys. Princes and princesses, may the crown be yours.